What's up, internet people who watch this? Mostly mom, dad, and Robin. We good now? We good? I'm just messing with you. Anyway, today we're going to talk about the games that happened today. And honestly, I got a lot wrong. Won't be buying any lottery tickets anytime soon. Mexico-Cameroon was a very entertaining game. Mexico played pretty well. Eto and Asuakoto and Song played really well too, but ultimately it was Mexico with their play that conquered that game. Spain versus Holland. Wow. Wow. I predicted a 1-0 Spain victory, and it was far from it. But who honestly could have predicted what happened today? Who could have done it? Van Persie's first goal was spectacular. It was such a joy to see. Spain was really bad, though. They just looked really slow. The passing was all there, but they didn't look like they had enough in them to pose a serious threat, and I doubt that they'll win the World Cup if they keep playing in that way. And the last game, the one that I said was going to be a missable game, Australia versus Chile, was actually my favorite game of the day because it was between two teams that really wanted to win. I thought Australia was going to get their tails kicked in, but that only lasted for about 15 minutes before they finally settled into that game. Yeah, Chile won 3-1, but they had to work for that win. Now, we're going to get into Group C and Group D because we got 4 games tomorrow, and that is awesome. Group C has Colombia, Greece, Ivory Coast, and Japan. And despite what's said about the USA's group, I think that this is the group of death because I had a heck of a time picking out 2 favorites from this group. But ultimately, I settled on Colombia in first place and Ivory Coast in second place. Group D has England, Uruguay, Italy, and Costa Rica. Now, I think this might actually be the best quality group in the tournament. People are already writing off Costa Rica, but they can cause you problems. Just ask any U.S. fan. They will cause problems. But in this group, I think Uruguay will finish first and England second. Of the 4 games tomorrow, we've got some good ones. Colombia versus Greece. Well, Colombia has become a really good team lately, but it'll be interesting to see just how good they are without Radamel Falcao, who pulled out with an injury, who was going to be a shoo-in for this team, but for the injury. The Greeks have some really experienced players, too. I really like Georgios Karagounis, their captain, and Salpingidis has always been one of my favorite players. One, because he has a freaking cool last name, and also he's just a scrapper. He's just going to fight for everything. In this particular game, though, I predict that Colombia will win 2-1. Uruguay versus Costa Rica. On paper, this looks one-sided, but I don't think it's going to end up being that way. Obviously, Uruguay's striker Luis Suarez from Liverpool is going to be a difference maker, but Costa Rica will fight for this one, and I don't think it'll be as easy as Uruguay thinks, but I still think that Uruguay will win 3-0. England versus Italy. Because of my English heritage, I'm going to be rooting for England in this game. I think the team that they brought this year is a lot better than the team that they had 4 years ago. They're bringing in Lambert, who, despite his age, has got a lot of ability and fire in him that he wants to compete for this. Lallana is another player that I like who's new to the system, and I think this is one of the best teams we've seen from them in a long time. Italy will be a tough opponent, though. They always are. They've got a good defense. They play really well. And, of course, they have Mario Balotelli, who is a huge threat. I predict, and I hope, that England will win 2-1. But the way that the pitch looks in Manaus right now, it could come down to whoever plays the best beach soccer. And the last game is Ivory Coast, Japan. Ivory Coast is probably my favorite team in all of the African region, and anyone who knows me very closely will know exactly why. Should be pretty obvious. Japan is interesting, though, because the sport of soccer is growing really, really fast there. It's becoming more and more popular as the years go by, and the team that they bring to each tournament gets better and better. In the end, I predict a 1-1 draw. Now, have to tell you guys that tomorrow I have plans to go out with the girlfriend, so it doesn't look like I'll be posting a video tomorrow. I know, I'm so bummed out about it too, but I can't completely ignore her, right? Anyway, I'm still going to give you my predictions for the games that I'm not going to cover tomorrow. You deserve them. I want to give them to you, and so you'll see them right now.